Hey, Dave, how would you describe Walker Buehler's outing tonight?
Fantastic. I thought he wasn't stressed through six. That seventh inning, he started losing that cutter arm side. But like Walker, he just makes pitches when he needs to. He just has a way of focusing, refocusing, and just in that spot when you need to make a pitch, he does. And just to finish that seventh inning, that Will Smith play towards the dugout was huge. That was his last hitter, and so to make that play to get that clean inning for Vesia was a big play. Walker and Will just really did a nice job all night long. So just my hats off to him.
And when it comes to Phil Bickford and Alex Vesia, they shared with me that they're feeling so much more confident and comfortable on the mound. How have you seen them grow over the last, say, month?
Immensely. I think it speaks to the clubhouse environment, the organizational environment. I think that they've been shown nothing but love and support, and they're just kind of really coming into their own and just being comfortable in their own skin as big league ball players. They played a huge part in where we're at, and tonight, obviously. So the teammates, the coaches, organization it's really fun to see those guys who, before the season started, I didn't know who they were, and to play such an impactful role for our club, it's really fun to see.
Thank you, Dave.
Next question is from Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Two big hits in these back-to-back extra innings wins, but I noticed a little bit different approach when you go out there on the mound on defense, sending Kenley for the second inning last night, and then tonight staying with Bickford for the two, and then going to Corey Knebel, excuse me. Are you changing the strategy a little bit in these games to try to make it more of your high leverage guys in those positions?
No, I'm not. I think that if you look at these extra inning games, there were some bullpen games that guys went 4 innings and short, where leverage guys were used. And if you go back at these games, they're used in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And we've got guys that are getting their feet wet, pitching extra innings. And that's just kind of where we're at. But when you can get a starter, go deep in the game, then obviously you have guys that you can leverage guys to hold back. So fortunately, that's where we were at tonight.
Next question is from Fabiano Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I know we've asked you about Cody quite a bit over the last week, but how much has sort of this past week sort of helped him confidence-wise and just to be where he wants to be offensively?
The results are big. He's working tirelessly. He and the hitting coaches, his teammates are supporting him and just so excited for him. And it's turning, but at the end of the day, the player wants results to feel good about things. So for him to get the big hit today and get that game-winning hit, I know he's going to sleep a lot better tonight.
And I know we didn't get a chance to ask you about it before the game, but Julio went on the IL. I mean, did it just sort of flare up after yesterday? And how long do you expect that to be?
It was just the calf, the hit by pitch. So it's just something that when you're talking about the lower half, we don't want to put him in harm's way at all. So figuring that there was some swelling to that calf. And so if we can skip him, get him right, hopefully it's just that 10 days and get him back in there. But you just don't want the mechanics to be compromised by a lower half kind of contusion.
Thank you, Dave.
Next question is from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead, DG.
Dave, you mentioned Walker was losing the cutter a bit in the 7th. When the Mets get 2 on to start that inning, did something change in him mentally, or did you see him kind of reach back for something?
Yeah, there's a switch that goes on with the great ones. I think he understood where he was at in the lineup, clearly where he was at with his pitch count, and he was smelling the finish line. So guys like that just have a way of kind of turning it up a dial, and he did that tonight, which he's done time and time again.
What was it like on the bench as Walker's cruising with a no-hitter there? pretty dominant. And then all of a sudden, Will pops that home run.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it tonight, two guys with really good stuff, two all-stars, both offensive, swinging early, pitchers missing barrels. Conforto stays inside a cutter, hits a homer, and we were just kind of in and out of at bats. And Will got a ball in and close to him and hit that homer because he was cruising. And, it just seemed like a night that we were going to be able to put hits together against him. So that was a big hit right there to get him out of the game and kind of get us to reset. So that was a big hit by Will, which he's done time and time again.
Next question's from Carrie Osborne. Go ahead, Carrie.
Dave, obviously there's a lot of focus on Will Smith's offense, but you just mentioned, him throwing down fingers. I mean, this is a guy who's in his first full big league season. Where have the biggest improvements been behind the plate for him?
I think the biggest improvement is he's learning the league. I think we do a very good job in our organization as far as understanding how to attack hitters. And I think that there's also a feel part of things and understanding situations. And the more you play and you're behind there and you're seeing hitters and how they react to pitches and what their count tendencies are, that's information. And he's just retaining it so well. And there's also a trust with all the pitchers that's really starting to forge for me, which is great to see that. Obviously, in the past, Austin has that rapport. He's been in the big leagues for so long. So then Will being our frontline catcher, this takes time. And so for me, I've said it, over and over, he's one of the top few catchers in baseball, the whole package.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.